small area like 65,640 square kilometers. I should say that within that small area, we are packed with immense natural, cultural, and historical wonders. Right? They will explain more on the natural than the other one. But I thought that probably I might touch a little bit on the cultural side. When you say cultural side, there are two aspects into Indo-Sri Lankan cultural relationship. That is, as you know, that our cultural relationship dates back to more than 2,500 or even 5,000 years back to the Ramayana days, right? So two significant cultural relationships between Sri Lanka and India. One is the Ramayana Trail, and the other one is the Buddhist Trail. And you all know that Buddhism is a blessing given to us by India. Right? So even now, right in my Mumbai, my 2 years of service in Mumbai, I have been interacting with Indian Buddhists. And Maharashtra is a state where you have 6.5 million Buddhists living in Maharashtra. And I have been interacting with a lot of Buddhists. When it comes to Buddhism, unanimously, Buddhism would be the mecca of Buddhism. For spirituality, each and every one of the Buddhists want to, make their presence in Sri Lanka the way we practice Buddhism in Sri Lanka. And when it comes to Theravada Buddhism, I should say that we practice, Sri Lanka could be the only nation, I should say that, but that they also have to say that I am not a Buddhist, I am a Hindu, but still I have a lot of interest in cultural areas, and with that I can authentically say that Sri Lanka could be the only nation where Theravada Buddhism is practiced in the purest form. And that you yourself will have to come down to Sri Lanka and witness it, how we practice it. You will be amazed by the stupas, the size of stupas we have, which once upon a time we could challenge even the pyramids of Giza. Right? So, and as you all know that Arahant Mahinda, that is King Ashoka's son, is the one who came with the message of Buddhism and gave it to, Devanampi Atisa, one of our kings, and, the entire nation embraced. 70% of the population now, as of now, embrace Buddhism. And when it comes to Buddhism, I should say that there are a lot of similarities, though, especially particularly a state like Kerala, right? Though Kerala is predominantly Hindus now, one section of the population, I should say that, because I authentically say that because I grew up in Kerala, I studied in Kerala. So I know a lot of cultural similarities between Kerala and Sri Lanka. So Buddhism is one area to be explored, not only by the Maharashtrian Buddhists, even the Hindus, right, because of the similarities involved. And also, I should say that the simplicity given to us by Buddhism, the elegance given to us by Buddhism, you can see it in our lifestyle. That is why I always say that our nation is a smiling nation, and you can see the people, in spite of all the troubles we have, right, they always smile, and especially they are very hospitable to any foreigners coming down. I always used to say that whenever you come down to Sri Lanka, the Sri Lankans would smile at you, right? But you got to be careful. When a Sri Lankan smile at you, you got to be careful. You should not smile at him or smile at him or her back. Because if you smile, you are taking a big risk. You will get invited to his or her house for a lunch or a dinner. And you will be given a hot and spicy gastroeconomical shock. If you enjoy it, smile at them. Smile at them. Anyway, now the cultural one side, the second area I thought of, I will touch upon the Ramayana Trail, Ramayana area. Ramayana, if you look at Ramayana, because I have done a lot of studies on Ramayana, if you look at, there are 3-4 tribes on Ramayana. One is to start with the Hanuman Trail. Hanuman Trail, first you should start with Ravana's Trail. Now how Ravana abducted Sita, supposed to have abducted Sita. Before that I should caution you, when I say all these things, we have 43 identified Ramayana sites in Sri Lanka, 43. But when I say 43 identified Ramayana sites, that doesn't mean that it's all archaeologically, historically proved. You know, as you all know that Ramayana is an epic, right? And epic, my understanding of an epic is a little bit of history, little bit of mythology, and little bit of philosophy, all three combined together. And as you all know that for mythology, there is no evidences, there is no archaeological evidence. And philosophy also, I mean, repeat, keep on saying something, it becomes a philosophy, you know, it becomes a philosophy. But, you know, the Ramayana sites, 43 Ramayana sites, if you say that has been corroborated by various scholars on the basis of Valmiki Ramayana, how Valmiki has written Ramayana, and Valmiki has identified various locations, and that has been corroborated by the local legends. Because you would be amazed, you would be surprised. If you go to some of these sites, most of the sites, right, if you speak to the locals, they will authentically say what you have been hearing during your childhood, from your grandparents, or from your parents, or from, you know, from the TV serials you have been hearing. Exactly the same sort of stories you can hear from the local population, right, from all those sites. So, you have Sita trial. Sita trial means how Ravana abducted Sita and brought her back where Sita was kept, you know. And ultimately, the epitome of that Sita trial is two areas. One is Ashokavatika, and the other one is where Sita was supposed to have done Agni Pariksha. Right, Agni Pariksha. Right? So these are the two, you know, when it comes to Sita, this one. Then comes Hanuman trial. That is how Hanuman came in search of Sita, and where Hanuman stopped. The first place landed where Hanuman landed, then went to Mandodari's palace to see, searching for Sita. According to Valmiki Ramayana, this is not unquoting. According to Valmiki Ramayana, it was an amazing sight. Right, when he landed, when he went to Sri Lanka, right, it was amazing. It was supposed to be very beautiful. Everything is beautiful. Everything is orderly, right? And he was amazed. And I'm sure that if he is able to see more or less the replicate of the same Hanuman's description, right? Because we are packed with that sort of wonders. Okay, that is Hanuman's thing. Then comes Rama. From Ram Setu onwards, right? Ram Setu onwards, the war, you know, wherever the war taken place, where Lakshman got injured, and where Lakshman was treated. Then when Hanuman went back and brought Mrida Sanjeevani, and how the Mrida Sanjeevani pieces and bits and pieces of Mrida Sanjeevani was fallen in various places, and those places have been identified. And once Rama came in, the temples Rama went and worshipped. The first temple Rama went and worshipped was from after Ram Setu, right? The moment he came to the closest area, there is a place called Manna. I think in your map, you can see there is a temple called Tirukeli. And that was supposed to have been built by Mandodari's wife, Mandodari's father, Mayasuran, right? And that temple Rama first worshipped today, you know, the because whatever said and done, Ravana was also considered as a, you know, very intellectual and also very, with 10 heads means, 10 skills he had. So to conduct certain penance, and according to penance, Rama supposed to have gone and visited few temples, right? And another temple is in Trincomalee. That is one of the most beautiful part of Sri Lanka, that is East Coast, right? The temple is slightly on a higher level, Tirukoneshwaran temple, that was supposed to have been built by Ravana, and Ravana's mother to come and worship, and even Ravana used to come and worship there. Even Rama after the war came and worshipped there. And the additional site is if you keep that slightly on the higher elevation, right, you will be able to see sometimes blue whales. Bottom of it is at the edge of the ocean, right at the Bay of Bengal, you can see the blue whales, coming up and down and up and down and down. When it comes to blue whales, if you look at the map, if you look at the Sri Lankan map, what we have given, right around, you get humpback and the blue whales, right around. And this is where I say that Sri Lanka is a wonder. If you get into the sea areas, you get to the humpback as well as the blue whales, then hundreds of dolphins jumping up and down. Then you have all sorts of menagerie of wildlife like coral gardens, then ornamental fish, sea turtles going. You will be able to even sometimes, feed the sea turtles. If you go 100 meters, 200 meters inside, you will be able to feed the sea turtles. As you feed the sea turtles, sometimes you will be surprised. The whales, will glide past you and go. Right. So it's so wonderful. Right. So that is one.